2K today.
Tristan Thompson comes in, and Freak subbed in for Irving. Freak is out there. Matthew Dellavedova. 1:57 left to play in the first quarter. Last year in a small forward swap of sorts, LeBron James goes from Miami to Cleveland.
And
was in the mix there too, but he goes to the Miami Heat. He's bounced around a little bit.
Legends. Remember, Scottie Pippen was that great small forward in Chicago, and Luol Deng was the next heir apparent. So he seemed to be pretty comfortable stepping into LeBron's role. Unfortunately, not able to deliver at the same level. And let's face it, the problem is you can't make up for losing the best player in the game, and that's the case here in Miami for Luol.
James, the pass to Thompson. It's the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And one thing about uses his gigantic span to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
Cleveland, I don't like Cleveland, especially LeBron. He's just...
He hits the second from the line. Greg, you were talking about Tristan Thompson. LeBron came out and said he's one of the best pick-and-roll defenders.
No doubt. I mean, Thompson is an emerging force. If he could just develop his shooting stroke a little more, then you're talking about a very, very valuable player.
Good point. Back to Dragic. 4 on the shot clock. Can't hit.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
And he gets the bucket.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Outside, Green. Stoudemire kicks to Winslow. Inside, here's Green. It's Deng, top of the key. Outside, Dragic. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And the wide open shot from Green. Sinks the triple. Green's got 5 points so far.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
Freak with it. Shot from the top of the key. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Cavaliers ahead, leading by a point. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And Cavs head coach David Blatt beginning his NBA career after a long...
There's just a lot more practice time. And when the games come, you're still playing.
And Blatt, one of the most successful American coaches in European basketball history, Clark.
It was 1 minute and 43 seconds.
He's checked in for Whiteside. Deng comes in for Winslow. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Dragic for Johnson.
And let me pay attention.
The forwards are
Scratching
LeBron
my
and Thompson.
nose.
Matthew
Let's
Dellavedova
go.
is out there with three.
Boom.
And it's Verjao in at the 5. Dragic dishes to Bosh. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Thompson against Stoudemire.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Here's Verjao. The shot is off.
Verjao will pass it, dude.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Dragic the pass to Deng. Stoudemire against Verjao. And here's Green outside. And again,
dude, that's a freaking hack.
Just enough and no hesitation
That's
on his
LeBron.
part.
James kicks to Verjao. Thompson left side. To the paint. Goes up at the stripe. And Freak gets it to go on the assist from Dellavedova. Freak's got 5 now.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Here's Dragic. He had 10 points in the win against Charlotte. Kicks to Bosh. All alone. Cannot hit. And Cleveland the other way now. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And how about the accuracy that was on display from three-point range in that game? They were lethal.
Yeah, splashing those threes as they did really allowed them to continuously deflate that crowd and keep them at bay. Boy, that was a nice road win for them, no doubt.
The Heat trail by 3.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity.
Well, they ought to be. I mean, that basic basketball time management. You've got to be aware of your clock and your situation.
The feed now to Stoudemire. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
And Cleveland making a change here. Love's checked in. Amari Stoudemire with a change of scenery last season was bought out by the Knicks, signed with the Mavs midway through the season.
That was the best thing to happen to Stoudemire, in my opinion, Kevin. He got to play playoff basketball again, and we know that wasn't going to happen in New York.
The Cavaliers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
And he's good on the second. 29 seconds left here in the second. Dragic dishes to Green. Target from three-point range.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Get in, get in, get in.
Now, Freak. 8 points his last outing. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Cavaliers lead by 1. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin.
All right, listen closely, man. I've got a few things to touch on. We're going to turn this from a close game into our game. I'll say this. We kept a very tight handle on the basketball, and that's something I always like to see. The fewer turnovers, the better, obviously. Keep your heads on a swivel out there. But we did get a nice lift off the bench in that half. I might want to stay with some of those hot hands, so everybody be ready. Okay, one more thing. A smooth flow to the second half is just what we're looking for. Let's keep things moving, but not at some kind of breakneck pace. Coming in, we knew this team wasn't going to roll over for us. If we're going to put them away, we got to execute. Let's bear down and finish what we started.
And now the start of the second half.
I washed my face in the shower.
Through the first 2 quarters.
Talk about complete.
1 minute and 49 seconds. Boom.
Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside.
Let's
Winslow
go.
comes in for Chris Bosh. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Love. Williams comes in for James. Matthew Dellavedova.
James!
And Freak subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Staying out there with Stoudemire. Then there's Gerald Green. Then it's Winslow. And it's Johnson in at the 1 spot. That's the group in the game for the Heat. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdowns for Cleveland.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten down in transition. And guys, Gerald Green looked to be out of the NBA at one point in his career, but since coming back from Russia, he has completely re-embedded himself as a player.
And he sinks the second. And for Gerald Green, and him reinventing himself, really was just known as a dunker before heading overseas.
You know, Kevin, he came back with a better shot and a better understanding of how to win as a player. Strange to think that there was a time that he couldn't find a way onto an NBA roster.
The Heat trail by 4. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Johnson, the pass to Dang. They set the